Hey there everybody, this is Kelly at Envy Soapworks, and I'm getting ready to make a batch of soap that is going to be scented in a very simple fragrance, single note. This is Country Apple, and this is the Bath & Body Works version. It smells just like their lotion. I was in the mood for something simple and just very fresh and fruity, so that one was a good choice for, that type of a scent. The colors, though, that I'm using are not your typical colors or ones that you would really think of as being for an apple scent, but I just really wanted something that was going to be kind of have like the same feeling, just kind of like fresh and vibrant. So what I have here, and you'll have to excuse my voice, I've been sick, so I know I sound kind of froggy. Here I have a color that is from Micah's and More. It's called Fruit Green. And then I have, this is a mix of a few different oranges. I just kind of wanted kind of like a deep, classic orange. And then I have Ruby Rose. This is also Micah's and More. And then lastly, I have a very bright blue. This is called Bodacious Blue, and this is a neon from Micah's and More. So I think it's a very pretty mix of colors, and then of course I'm going to have my base just be white. So that is what I have for scent and colors. Now, believe it or not, I actually have not done a hanger swirl in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to use my tall and skinny mold and just do, I think I'm going to stack the colors up on either side of the tall and skinny, and then do my hanger swirl in a figure 8 to kind of bring the color into the center where most of the white will be. That is what I'm going to try to get this time. So now I don't know how this fragrance oil is going to behave. I don't know if it accelerates, rices. I know it doesn't have any vanillin, so that's good, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to behave, so we'll just have to soak and see. Let me get my additives blended in. Alright, and then I will go ahead and get my lye in now. I'm soaping about room temperature, kind of low 80s. And this recipe here is olive, coconut, palm oil, babassu, avocado, let's see what else is in here, grapeseed oil, castor oil, and shea butter. So that is what I have inside. My additives are goat's milk, kaolin clay, colloidal oatmeal, and sodium lactate in my lye water, and then there was Tessa silk in my lye water as well. So that is what I have for additives. And I usually add coconut milk to my base as I'm emulsifying. So I will get this going. Okay, so now that I have got my base emulsified here, I'm going to go ahead and get my cups ready to split up for my colors. And I'm trying to recall if I've ever used this particular combination before. I don't think I have, surprisingly, so we will see how this looks. everybody, so these are the colors that I have for this soap. I'm really happy with them. This orange is extremely bright and beautiful. I hope it stays true in the soap. And I really like this green. It's a beautiful green. It's called fruit green. I don't think I've ever used this one yet. So I'm really happy with all my colors. My white is nice and bright. And so I'm going to go ahead and see how this country apple fragrance is going to behave. I'll go ahead and start with a little bit in the orange here. Oh, it's instantly rising, how strange too. It's like a really weird rising. It looks like little tapiocas. Ew. Okay, so, oh, it smells really, really good though. So let me go ahead and stick blend the fragrance in, because this recipe has a very fluid batter. I think I'll be able to stick blend the fragrance in and still have a nice consistency of batter. I'm not too worried about that, so... I just don't want that, that rising to leave yucky spots in my soap. So hopefully this will blend it out enough to where I won't have that issue. Now I think the next one I'm going to try to use a whisk and see how that will work. Maybe I don't need to stick blend every single one of them. So let's go ahead and test the whisk. Yeah, that helped. Okay. So maybe I really don't need to stick blend it. I can just whisk it in. Alright. It sure does smell good. It's a really nice fragrance. Okay, everybody, so this actually wasn't too bad to get the ricing to, blend back in. And so I think we're going to have an okay batter too. It's actually still pretty fluid, considering I stick blended some and, used a whisk. And it is still a very nice fluid batter, so that is good. It smells really nice. I do love these apple fragrances. I was trying to decide, ooh, this one's a little thicker than the other ones. I was trying to decide between this country apple and I have an apple pomegranate. This one was a little bit more on the fresher side. The pomegranate was very, very sweet. So I decided to go with the country apple. Now I've whipped tons of air bubbles into this white. I can see there's quite a bit of air bubbles. So we'll have to tap down my my mold as I go. Okay, so hopefully, so it's getting thicker a little bit quicker than I would like. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the spatulas in so I can, whip it into shape when I need to. And for this one, let me make sure you guys can see. Yes, you can. So for this one, I want there to be quite a good white base. So I'm going to put in a good layer of the white. And then with the colors, I am just going to stripe down either side and just keep the color on the, the sides. Okay, everybody, so I have my soap in here up to almost the top. I'm going to use what I have remaining in the cups to do something with the top, but right now I'm going to go ahead and do my swirl here. So most of the color is, stacked up on the sides, and I just kept pouring the white only in the middle. So what I'm going to do now is go down and do a figure 8 pattern from the bottom all the way up to the top. So I'm going to go down the middle, and I'm going to start doing my figure 8. Okay, so hopefully that will give us a nice little swirl on the inside. Sometimes those turn out really outstanding. Sometimes they're just kind of, so we'll see what this one gave me this time. So now all I need to do is go ahead and get the rest of my soap onto here and figure out what I would like to do for the top of this one. Okay, everybody, so I have got the most of the soap that I have left in the cups on top here. There's a little bit that I have left, but it's just not going to fit. So I will make myself a little single round. That's what I normally do with like all the scrapings that just don't quite fit into the mold. And then that becomes my tester. So I like having little leftovers. I'm just trying to kind of swirl these colors up on the sides to give it just a little bit of texture. And I think think that's really pretty. Now some of the teal is kind of coming over this side, so I might need to kind of help it clean it up a little bit. But you get the general idea. So I'm going to put a little bit of glitter on this, and then I will clean up the side so it doesn't look so bad. You zoom in so you guys can see. But that is how the top has turned out. And like I said, I will go ahead and clean up the edges and put a little bit of glitter on it. So tomorrow when I cut this, I will bring you guys back and we will find out what we have inside of this Country Apple Soap. See you in a sec. Alright everybody, here we are back with Country Apple Soap, and I am pretty excited to find out what it looks like on the inside. The figure 8 hanger is always kind of hit and miss, so I don't know, we'll just have to cut it and find out. Now, I totally messed up my top. You guys can see it looks nothing like it did originally when I left the video. It's because I saw a couple places I didn't like, and I thought I would just go ahead and fix them. And before you know it, I'm just like swirling and swirling and swirling and messing it all up. So, I never learned my lesson. Never learned my lesson. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is inside of this. The scent, this Country Apple, is really nice. Very, very happy with it. It is a gorgeous scent. Let's check out the inside. Oh, that's very pretty. I'm happy with that. That's very neat. Oh, wow. That's different than what I had envisioned. Very different from what I had envisioned. I like the colors a lot. I think those are great. Cool. I think this is neat. In the white section, I see a little bit of glycerin rivers. So that's always a bummer when you see that ugly glycerin river. This piece isn't so bad. Ooh, I like how it's all on the top and then there's a big white section in the middle. That's a neat design. Very neat design. I think this is the first time I've had anything like this. Nice. This is a nice surprise. And like I said, the colors, I'm very happy with these colors. I think they're gorgeous. So yeah, this fragrance really surprised me. It is very strong. And it smells like a very true, like a really true, fresh apple smell. I'm really happy with this one. So, you know, the top isn't so bad when you look at it like this. Man, my throat, I've been sick and my throat is just so, it's just so dry and irritated. Look at that pretty pattern. I really like that. This is really cool. It's totally growing on me too. And the top, it's okay. Whoa, nice. Oops. So all the pieces are really very similar. They're all kind of looking the same. That is so neat how it's just the shape, you know, the shape that the color makes with this white section right here. That is very neat. I've done this, gosh, I've done this so many times, and I think this is the first time that I didn't get the color going all the way to the bottom. So that's what's giving it a completely different look, is how the bottom is all white. So I must have put a really good amount of my white base in before I started striping to get that. Pretty. Goodness. Nice surprise. I redid my activated charcoal facial bar. I didn't record that one because I already have a video and I did it exactly the same. And it turned out exactly the same. It looks like it could be from that same batch. So I was happy with the way that turned out. These are really pretty. The striping on that is really cool. And the colors, I love these colors together. Pink and orange and teal. That's always been one of my favorite combinations. Alright, this is the last cut here. Last little piece. In the back. Whoa, that's neat, the striping. Okay, so yeah, this one was a really nice surprise. I am really quite happy with the way that this one turned out. The fragrance alone is just wonderful, and the colors and pattern are really, really working for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye.